This point forward in 2026, men should only be dating with women that have lots of money. If a woman has a nice vehicle and a good job and lots of money, that's the only woman you date. Other than that, no more brokies. All the women are cut off from 2026 on. No more brokies.
Turns out independent hits different when the safety net disappears. The bills don't care about hashtags, feelings, or empowerment slogans. Reality just stopped subsidizing entitlement.
I'm going to say something that isn't very nice to hear, so trigger warning, you may not be happy with the following message. If you are like me, a young professional woman, you will notice kind of your peers and what they're doing. Because we're all women, we grow up around us. I can only speak from my lived experience as a woman. And I notice a lot of young women, they spend a lot of time understanding brands and materialism and consumerism. So if you ask them, what is the price of a Louis Vuitton Neverfull, they'll know the price. But you'll ask them, what's the price of Costco stock right now? They will not know the answer. Like, what's the most trending brands? They'll know how to do the smoky eye or whatever the heck is trending. They'll know how much a naked palette costs. But then you ask them, okay, so what's their certificate of deposit? Like, what's the difference between potentially buying an ETF like this one or that one? What's a Vanguard fund? And you'll notice that a lot of times people don't know the answer to those things. Like, what's the benefit of a Roth IRA versus a regular traditional IRA? What you talk about anything like that, they don't really know. Right? What is the importance of compound interest? You know, they don't really know the answer to that. And this is why I think there is a huge wealth disparity, frankly, between women and men. It's not that we are intellectually not capable. It's just that we have been maneuvered by a lot of brands and businesses that has realized, oh, it's really easy to poach this person, take their energy and have them, instead of focusing on, you know, what is the best index fund they can invest in, why don't we try to sell them this really expensive makeup palette? Why don't we try to sell them this really expensive purse, for instance? Why don't we try to make them aspire to have a Birkin bag instead of building a business, building a cash flow business? That's the saddest thing about what I see in today's culture that's stopping women from reaching financial freedom, financial success. So if you follow me, my channel is not going to be about that. I'm not going to be talking about, you know, how much time you should be spending on your makeup or how to apply foundation. I'm going to be talking about how do you get rich? How do you get rich quick, bitch? That's what I'm going to be talking about.
For years, accountability was optional. Now it's mandatory. When assistance dries up, priorities magically change. Funny how adulthood arrives right on schedule.
Ladies, I know some of y'all just can't wrap your mind around that feminism is the reason for your burnout. Listen up. Yeah, I know. 30 years ago, a family of 4 or 5 could live off of one income comfortably. So let's backtrack. Feminism told women you need independence. You need a career. You need to prove yourself outside of your home. So think about it. Labor supply doubled. Wages kind of stagnated. Meanwhile, the cost of living just shot up. So employers didn't have to pay a single man because it was so common for both people to work now because of feminism. And then everything inflated because society got used to people having 2 incomes. Then women told other women that it was oppressive to be a stay-at-home full-time mother and that you needed to go climb the corporate ladder, you baddie boss babe. So ladies, we fed into the lie. Not only do we have the mother duties and the home duties, we now have a 40-hour work week on top of that. So realistically, what happens from this? You end up being exhausted, stressed, burned out, anxious, depressed. What do some people resort to? Medication. And what happens? The cycle just keeps continuing. And then marriages fail. The family crumbles. So walking away from God's design, this is what we've got.
The economy doesn't clap for self-expression. It rewards discipline, sacrifice, and consistency. Boring stuff, apparently. The humbling isn't personal, it's mathematical.
I'll be fighting for my life financially, and then all of my toiletries run out at the same time, like some kind of coordinated attack. Yeah, it's never one thing. It's never just toothpaste. It's never just deodorant. No, it's everything deciding to expire together, like they had a secret meeting under my sink. My shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face wash, lotion, razor blades, all tapping out at once. Like, all right, everyone, on 3. And suddenly I'm at the store spending $87 just to maintain basic hygiene. Not luxury hygiene. Not spa day hygiene. Just, don't smell weird in public hygiene. It feels personal. Like the universe said, oh, you're broke? Let's make you broker. I'll be budgeting. Like, I can survive off of oatmeal and vibes this week. And then my deodorant is like, actually, no, you can't. Toiletries are sneaky too. They never warn you. They're full for weeks, and then one pump, and you're like, oh, okay, I have nothing. Then you go buy everything, and your bank account looks at you like, wow, you chose cleanliness over survival? Honestly, at this point, it doesn't feel like random timing anymore. It feels like sabotage, a coordinated strike.
Strong and independent was cute when someone else paid the tab. Now independence comes with consequences shocking. Welcome to the unsubsidized version of life.
Selling your body for money is not going to help you in 2026. No good man, they say that fine girl, but she is a prostitute. It's not good now. It doesn't make sense. That prostitution you are doing will not help you. Selling your body for money, it will not help you. To be sincere, go and get a job, or you go and learn a skill. Person don't go find you work. Tell you say that 60,000 that they pay. You don't calculate and chon. Money will go get in 1 week by selling your body. There is so many disadvantages. You can contact STD, gonorrhea, so many infections. Sleeping with different men has so many disadvantages. Learn a trade. Find girl. Look for something and do. The one where they pay me pass. Some of you go and get pregnant. It's dignity in labor. I know what I'm telling you. Don't worry, God is going to help me and you.
When government support fades, expectations suddenly get realistic. No more blaming men, systems, or vibes. Just effort versus outcome. Raw and unforgiving.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't care about women. And I'm not saying this like, oh, screw them. No, that's not the context of what I'm saying. God bless women. They're very important. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of men depend on a woman's validation and acceptance to feel good about themselves as men. And that used to be me. But then I realized how dumb that is. Like, you got to get that from yourself by putting in work every single day and trying to get past your struggles. And now that I've accepted this and I've done this for a couple of years now, it completely has detached the need to have woman in my life. Like trying to go out on dates and meet new, like it doesn't matter to me anymore. I'm detached from it. I'm very focused on my life, and I'm not against, like, if I meet someone in public and we hit it off, that's cool. But if not, I'm not tripping about it. I'm cool. And people might think I'm weird. People are like, oh, I bet you talk to girls and this and that. I'm like, no, bro, my phone's dry and I like it like that. Like, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on being the best I can be, getting closer to God. If I meet someone, I meet someone. But like I said, I think that's the key, is just being detached and just live your life. And eventually, I think you attract the right people for you. And if not, then that's out of my control. So, yeah, that's how I feel in regards to women, at least me interacting with them. I don't necessarily need it anymore. And I think women should feel the same way about men. But that's just me.
The market doesn't negotiate with delusion. It pays for value and ignores excuses. 2026 just removed the training wheels.
When you're talking to a girl and she says that she does not want children, that is the biggest red flag in the world, because she's living for herself more than she is for her future offspring. There's no bigger red flag. We are all going to pass away and be forgotten. The only thing we contribute to the world is our children.
Well, congratulations on finally saying the quiet part out loud. You don't actually want kids. You fear death. Which is understandable, but what is not understandable is this audacity that you have to say that women who don't want children are only thinking of themselves. Meanwhile, the reason that you gave for wanting kids is completely self-centered. Well, I'm going to help you out here, Owen, because it is an absolute mess in your comment section. You don't actually think that women who don't want children are selfish. You're just scared that you won't be able to find a woman who will help you cope with your fear of death by giving you children. And you know what? You might be right. Because the last thing that's going to make a woman want to have your kids is you making her believe that it's the only thing that makes her useful. And while that medicine is going down, I'm going to give you a little sugar to put on top of it. At the end of the day, there are more selfish reasons to have children than there are selfish reasons to not have children. But hey, I'm sure your future kids will be grateful to know that their existence was dependent on your own personal fears.
Empowerment was marketed like a free upgrade. Turns out it was a trial version with an expiration date. Now the invoice is due.
Many years from now, there is going to be a quiet crisis, loneliness in women especially. Not because women failed, not because they weren't capable or intelligent, but because they were handed a script or a blueprint that left out the consequences. Be self-sufficient, put your career first, you don't need a man. So they followed it. They pushed love down the line. They delayed the family. They treated commitment like something that could always wait until it didn't. Fast forward a few years later. You're older, no partner, no children, no legacy, just some noise to fill that silence. Meanwhile, your grandmothers had way fewer choices, but way stronger direction. They built families, they built the roots, they built something bigger than themselves. And this generation swapped it all for convenience. Legacy for pleasure, meaning for freedom without structure. And here's the part that nobody likes to talk about. The men that they overlooked in their 20s, they didn't just vanish. They were building, failing, learning, becoming disciplined, and becoming men. Men don't peak early. They compound with time. Value grows with time and skill and responsibility. Women don't gain leverage by delaying everything. That is not cruelty. That is reality. Every decision comes with a cost. Modern narratives today did not remove the bill, they just postponed it, and the outcome is usually the same. Distractions instead of connection. Comfort instead of intimacy, and independence without fulfillment. This is not about going backward. It's about correcting the course. We don't need less ambition. We need stronger values, commitment, family, masculine leadership, feminine devotion, and a shared purpose, because freedom without foundation doesn't liberate, it isolates you completely. And tradition wasn't the problem, abandoning it was.
Empowerment was marketed like a free upgrade. Turns out it was a trial version with an expiration date. Now the invoice is due.
My hot take is that companies don't take women's salary requests seriously because they have this underlying assumption that that woman will go get married and her income won't matter. Like subconsciously in their head, I really do feel like they're like, well, this is like fun money. She's late 20s. Surely it doesn't really matter that much. What does she have to do? Build wealth? Save money? There's no need. She'll get married and then she'll have a baby with whoever she's getting married with. However, when they're employing men, they see men as the providers. They see men as people who are like gonna need to build up money so that they can provide for a family. So this mentality is hurting women so bad because not all of us want a family. Not all of us want to get married. And even if we do, we still deserve to build up wealth. We deserve to have our income not just be seen as fun money. Like I've fully had past employers be like, oh, like what do you need that money for? What? What do you mean? Or they almost treat the women as greedy for wanting more money. Or women are expected to just like want to work for the cause of the company rather than working to work. And they really look down on a woman that is money motivated. So they're gonna hate me, bitch. And I want to make a lot of money because I don't want to need anyone ever. And I provide for my family, my cat, and probably my elders, because let's be real, who else is gonna do it?
Lifestyle inflation meets income reality. Suddenly, bare minimum looks a lot more respectable. The reset button has been pressed.
I'm about to say something that feels a little bit wrong to admit. I've been unemployed for so long that I'm really not excited to go back to another corporate position at this point. And the thing is, people keep rooting for me like, oh, you're gonna find such a badass corporate job. But people don't realize that's not even what I want anymore. After sitting with myself after so many rejections, I'm like, why am I even chasing this in the first place? It almost makes me uncomfortable when people project that version of success onto me. I'm not unmotivated and I'm not giving up. I just don't feel right running back to something that drained me and then calling it a win, you know?
No more cushions, no more bailouts, no applause for survival. Just work, choices, and consequences. Equality finally clocked in. That's all for today. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you get the latest updates from our channel.